Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another little vlog review. This time of the Extant episode, Don't Shoot the Messenger. And yes, Lucy is back. I remember before I was like, okay, I guess if this is, what we're getting for Lucy's storyline, if she just dies, it seems really anticlimactic. But at least her death was exciting. It did have some development for Ethan, and so I'm like, I don't necessarily like it, but it's one of the deaths where I can actually live with it. And now, Lucy is back. Turns out the people in charge patched her up and released her because that's what you do with the psychotic robot that was killing someone. And in this episode, she also kills a human, which humanics are not supposed to do. And it's like, okay, we're not going to dismantle her or anything. Do you shut her down? No, let's let her live, because why the hell not? But depending on who is in charge of actually in charge of the humanics, maybe letting Lucy live makes sense that way, because they're just afraid of getting killed. And I'm very happy to see a nice evil Lucy, one who just kills a humanic, and not kills a humanic, kills a human. She might, kill a humanic in the future. Who knows? And she kills a human, and she goes, "I'm not a robot." Now, for anyone who knows about robots, I believe the word robot, long story short, kind of cutting down a really long story, robot means slave. So you have a black robot going, "I'm not a slave." That is just, awesome in that context. It's awesome of going, I'm not a robot, an actual machine. Like, she's evolved to somewhere beyond regular robots. And now she is loose upon the world. And Julie, who I don't really hate anymore, yeah, be prepared. Taylor is the computer AI that John and Calderon made together. John being Molly's wife. John being Molly's husband. And so they made Taylor, and some things that Taylor said this episode were a little suspicious. Like, just a tiny bit. Basically seeming to imply that he's the one setting up the whole fiasco that's going on now, of basically creating a need for the humanics so that there are more humanics produced, and then Taylor can just, take over with his little army. Taylor is Skynet and the robots are the Terminators. So yeah, Taylor creates the need and goes, "Oh look, oh no, we have to get humanics here. Oh no." And then takes the opportunity to go, "Now I can do what I want." And I don't know, I think that Calderon is dead, and that Taylor, it's maybe faked a few of those hackings that could never be traced. So therefore, that any suspicion would be, put onto Cauldron. Plus, maybe those little hackings happened just as Taylor was modifying bits of his programming, so that they wouldn't really be looking in that direction. It's like magic done by magicians is basically, they'll tell you look over here when the real trick's over here. And that might be what Taylor was doing, just to evolve. Yeah. And now Molly is a hybrid. Yep, folks, she's a hybrid. After her dream in the last episode, she wakes up, she comes back to life, seeming that she did have a choice whether to die or not, but she decides to come back alive. And as she's coming back to life, she sees this vision that basically implies that she kills JD. And as her skin really aged, and so when she came back to life, she had to pull off all the skin. It was like, ugh, ugh, ugh. Like the hair was, for me, the easiest bit, but then like large chunks of skin. And she comes back nice and younger and now fully a hybrid. And also accepting of herself, which is good. So we have now only the complete hybrid. That something doesn't make sense there. I'll figure that out later. Yeah. And so throughout a lot of the episode, she is worried that she's going to kill JD. And so we'll have to see what happens. And my final thoughts on the Extant episode, Don't Shoot the Messenger. Is Cauldron good or not? Is he still alive? Because Cauldron being alive or not, being good or not, makes what's happening with Taylor and the Humanics different situation. The governor died. Yeah. Shepard died. Yeah. It's just like, oh yeah, he's not. Yeah, great. No. Maybe like the next episode will come up and he'll be alive. And yeah, it was a good episode. It was nice seeing Lucy evil, so can't wait to see what happens this week. And if you have any comments or questions about the Extant episode, Don't Shoot the Messenger, please tell me. Let's start a nice conversation down below. I just love to talk about the show with you. The 1 or 2 or maybe 5 or 7 that actually, tune in to watch. And I have been Jashikins, owner at jashikins.blogspot.com. If you go to my blog, you can see wonderful vlogs like these. Woo! And there should be more Jash reads out this week, and the next episode, Jash Talk, should be out this week. Some, long story short, complications with the guest and co-host. And if you do want to be a guest for this week's episode, Jash Talks, there's still 2 guest spots open. Just go on my blog, jashikins.blogspot.com. Look for the guests needed for the Ex Machina episode and look at the rules and then contact me, and I'll be happy to have you on my podcast with me. And if you go to my blog, on the sidebar thingy, or where else I am on the web, you can go there and say hi. The dragon still needs to be named, folks. And you can look at the rules and benefits of naming the dragon. Just like something nice and small for you to interact with me with. And there is also still the poll going on. It's a Star Wars poll, so yay. And if you have watched me, if you've read my blog for a little bit and you're like, I would really like to help financially support Jashikins because she is awesome. And there are two ways which you can do this. One, I do writing commissions on Fiverr. If you have an extant fan fiction you want me to write, say this evil Lucy, something with Lucy being evil, I'm there for you. I am all there for you. And I also have a Patreon. Yeah, I joined that nice little bandwagon. And every month I will be releasing, insider info and about my upcoming ebooks, and sometimes insider info is going to be information about the books before they come out. Just all this behind the scenes information and such. And then there's a 30-minute exclusive vlog, which will only be available for my patrons. And I'll be updating about my blog and also various things that have interested me this month. And there have been many. And now it's September 1st, so now I'm going to be making a nice little outline of what exactly to talk about, because lots of stuff happened this month, and it'll be more than easy to fill up 30 minutes, but at the same time, it's like picking and choosing. It's like, God. And if you want any of those links, if you're watching on YouTube, the link is in the description. If you are watching on my blog, the links are on the sidebar thingy. The Fiverr link is if you click on the writing shop, you'll get to my Fiverr account. So, and until next video, goodbye.